All right. Okay, today, Law of Cosine.
Forgot
Okay, the law. All right. So we've already talked about some geometry stuff. Okay, the first thing that we dealt with was angle side side, right? Jess? Okay, angle side side. Now, we've also talked about a little bit of Manny here, right? A little bit of sass, but that was only for the area. Okay, so now we're actually going to be solving this using law of cosine now.
What are we solving for?
Yes, yeah, something like that. Anyway, all right, so triangle side length, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. So biggest angle goes with the biggest side, right? Okay, that's basically it. Okay, law of cosine, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's the reason behind it. You know, it's a whole lot of what? Okay, now here's your formulas. So, your formula is going to help you out. Now, there's a couple things on this which I find kind of weird. It's not completely solved. It's solving for a squared, b squared, and c squared. But when you're trying to solve, remember these are little letters. What does a little letter solve for? Sides, right? The capitals are my angles, right? So it's you're finding out what the square of your side is. How would you undo a square?
Square root.
So basically, there's another way of writing this, which would be A equals the square root of b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of a. So that would be another way of actually writing this out. And this is a more simplistic because it's done. So this one is actually solving for the square of your side, but you're going to need what the side, not the square. I know.
We should have like how the movie theaters have it, where it's like please silence all cell phones.
But you're always on your phone.
I know. Then you.
But it's silent, isn't it?
Yeah, the last movie I went to, the person sitting like right in front of me took out their phone like in the middle of the movie and just like was like going through and like checking their Snapchats or what, I don't know, some nonsense, and like pissed me off. I was like, already. The only reason why I didn't get too mad because the movie sucked. So that was a wrinkle in time. I didn't like it. Yeah, it was a waste in time.
Get out.
I finally watched Justice League and I did not like it. So disappointing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Although I did like Ezra. I thought he was cute. He's not as good as the dude from the TV show, but
Okay, so do you need me to actually do C also?
no.
You think you figured it out?
No.
Okay, so it's basically the same thing. Just go through and square root it. Square root both sides. Now, there's a reason why, because whenever you're doing that, it's going to give you a plus or minus. Am I ever going to be dealing with a minus side length, a negative side length? No.
But I have a question.
Yes.
So if we're putting a square root over it, wouldn't that get rid of the squares on the...
Nope, because see these plus signs in here? If this was an all multiplication right here, I could undo squares.
Okay.
But the problem is there's a plus and minus, which it changes the terms.
Okay.
All right? Okay, so
Alright.
that takes care of that. All right, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. Look at the information. What information do I have?
You got B and A.
Yeah, B,
Little b.
little b,
Little a.
little a,
Big C.
big C. Now, where are they located at?
It's side angle side.
Very good, that's what I'm looking for. Side, angle, side. So I have side, angle, side. The angle is between them, right? Okay, so now for that to work out, can I solve for C?
Yes.
Okay. So I should have, so this is going to be, C is going to be equal to the square root of, do you remember what the formula said?
Which one are we using?
Okay, C, right? Look,
A squared plus A squared.
hold on, let me go back right here, right? do we have A, B, and C? Big C, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for. Okay? So I have all this information. If I'm looking for little c, I have to have little a, little b, and big C.
So it'd be
And I have that.
C equals
Okay.
square root of 8 squared.
423 squared plus 259 squared minus, right? What goes next? 2, 4, 2, 3, 2, 5, 9, and cosine of 132 degrees, 40 minutes. Sorry. Yes, it is a lot. But writing it all out first on your paper is probably the biggest help to doing this. A lot of people, every year, every single year, I tell them the exact same thing and they go on fight me on it. They're like, oh no, it's just a pattern. You can just plug it straight in the calculator. And then they'll screw up some numbers. And then the whole thing is wrong. Write out your whole thing.
But we
Okay.
do get to put. We get to
Yes,
put
you
it
put the whole thing in the calculator.
and then we're
But
done.
write it out first. Okay, write it out first. That's very important. Have everything there. Alright, so I know everyone's plugging the calculator, right?
We're still writing it.
You're still writing it. Okay, alright, let's see. I'm gonna have to put it in here. I'm putting in the calculator now. Yes, 423 squared plus 259 minus 2 4 2 3 259
What?
cosine 132
Oh.
degrees 40 minutes. All right, that looks fine, right? Okay, what do I do when I pick up that calculator?
Make sure it's in degrees.
In degrees, that's important. So I get 628.1. What are my units here?
Meters.
Meters, very good. All right.
And that's it? Yay.
Not bad, right?
No.
No. It's just you have to like go through.
Okay.
Are these formulas gonna be like given to us on tests?
Yeah, you have a reference sheet. I think it's the same one I gave you guys last time.
Okay.
All right, solve the triangle. Okay, A. Now, do I have enough information here?
Side angle side.
Side angle side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's look at this information. All right, so B is less than C. Since it's opposite the shorter of the two sides, B and C, B cannot be obtuse. All right? So that's important to understand when you're actually solving the whole thing. Okay, we're going to go through and solve the sides and angles. All right, so let's start off with A, right? So if I'm going to do A, so A would equal the square root of, it's going to be 12.9 squared plus 15.4 squared minus 2, 12.9, 15.4, and cosine of 42.3 degrees.
Okay,
Okay, can you guys plug it in the calculator now?
it's 10.5.
10.5?
I think someone got a different answer.
Someone got something different?
No, it's 10.47, but I rounded.
10.47?
I'll just
You guys agreeing? Or are we disagreeing? Abraham agrees? Okay, good.
You don't trust me?
It's not that I don't trust you, it's I was forsaken
people
the
make
other
mistakes.
day
We still
when
don't
we were
trust
doing
you.
the notes. Huh?
We still don't trust you.
No. Someone gave me wrong information the other day and I like messed up some of the problem.
I do my work for once, and then you don't trust me? Gosh.
It's not about trust. I'm trying to get people to validate what you did.
Don't you
That's
ever
right.
do
Oh my
you don't do your work though?
Huh?
Alright.
You don't do your work though.
But that's what I'm saying, I finally
Sometimes.
do it, and then...
Okay,
That's
so
just
now,
the word.
from right here, we have enough information, don't we? Jess. Alright, so now we're going to go through and solve for everything. So, what's the next thing I can do? Since I have this is going to be 10.5. Put 4. I meant to put 5. Alright, so is there another way that we can solve for the angles?
Inverse.
Doing the inverse, right? But it was a different law.
Sign.
Law of sine, right? So do I have enough information now to do a law of sine?
Yeah.
Yes, now I have both A's, don't I? I have both A's. Now I could actually do the law of sine. So let's go ahead and do that. And which one do you want to solve for? B?
Yeah.
Let's do B then, okay? So if we solve for B,
10.5.
so there we go. So it's 10.5.
Sine of 42.3.
And so we just do everything that we learned before?
Yep.
Cool.
We're solving for which one again?
Or solve for B.
12.9.
Alright, and at this point right now, I expect you guys to be able to do this to tell me what B is. And how do we want the answer for this one, for big B? Do we want decimal or do we want DMS?
To the nearest tenth of a decimal.
Decimal.
Um,
Why is it decimal?
There's decimal on there.
Decimal's already given, right? Decimal's already given.
I thought you did it wrong.
Did you get less than 42 degrees? Actually, no. It would be more, right? Yeah. Yeah, because given the side lengths right here for A and B, which one's going to be bigger?
Wait, B.
B is going to be bigger, right? So is angle B bigger than angle A? Okay, so what do we get?
I got 55.7. Well, 55.8.
8, maybe?
Yeah.
Anyone else different?
I got
52? Anyone else? Did you get 55? Or did you get anything? You got 52?
52.
You got 52. Let me see yours. Anyone else agree with the 55 or 52?
Yep.
So it's 12.9
I
sine
think I messed up.
42.3 divided by 10.5 inverse sine 12.9. Let's see yours again.
You should have took my calculator.
I know, right? Oh, you have 12.3. It's 12.9.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to be 12.9. Okay, so yeah, let's go with the 55.8. There you go. All right, so 55.8 on that one. What else are we going to solve for? Now, can you solve for big C now? Do we actually have to do all this again to solve for big C?
No.
Well, what can I do instead?
Just 180 minus those.
Very good. 180 minus those. So, big C,
81.9.
questions, concerns? Yes.
How'd you get the 55.8?
Cross products. Okay, so when we do the cross products right here, okay, when we do the cross products, okay, we're gonna end up here. Let me go to a different page. See if I can. No, there it is right there. Anyway, all right. So we had 10.5 over sine of 42.3 is equal to 12.9 over sine of big B. Now, cross products, we get 10.5 times the sine of B is equal to 12.9 times sine of 42.3. And we're trying to get sine by itself, so I have to divide by 10.5, right? So big B, or sine, is equal to my 12.9 times sine of 42.3 over 10.5. Well, that 5 didn't come out. Okay. And then from right here, when I'm ever trying to find the angle, you always have to do the inverse. So when I inverse this, I'm going to switch this B with all of that. Okay?
Is that in 12.9?
Yes, it was 12.9 there. It's this 12.9.
I put 12.9.
Sorry.
And
All right. Is everyone okay on that one? We finished it up. So we got all parts to it. So when we solve the triangle, that means we're solving all parts and all sides. All angles and sides. How do you use law of sines right here? Not have known what C is equal to, supplement. Okay. Now, for right here, solve for the triangle.
all sides.
Uh-oh.
No angle.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. See what I did there? See what I did there? All right.
You're so funny.
Yes. So funny. All right. So I'm going to start by drawing. Okay. So little a is 9.47. Little b is 15.9. And little c is 21.1. Now, here's the issue. Whenever I'm doing this, I have all sides. It's going to be a law of cosine. Remember, law of sine, I need to have one pair. I need to have an angle and a side. But with law of cosine, I could get away with all sides. Okay? And the one that we're solving for always has to be the smallest. If you notice right here is law of cosine, measure this largest angle C, C less than obtuse. Okay, so it's going to be an obtuse thing, so you actually want to find the smaller one.
So the 9.47.
Okay, so for this one right here, it's going to work out. Okay, it's going to work out. So we're going to, it says UC right here, largest angle C, because if this is less than 0, it's going to be an obtuse. Okay, we can ignore all of that by going with one of the other angles. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do A, but I'm going to show you guys, okay, so capital A. Watch this. So I'm going to say that, I think it's A, squared equals, let me go back. I'm going to do all the work for the formula here.
A squared equals
Yeah,
B
there we go.
squared plus C squared.
Okay, equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc.
Cosine big A.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the proof for this, and then after this you could just use the formula. Because I'm going to make a formula out of this. There is no formula given to you. There is none in any reference sheet. I'm going to make it for you, and you guys after this will be able to use it. All right, we want to get a by itself, right?
Yes.
We want to get a by itself, but if I want to get a by itself, I have to get rid of these over here. So first, algebra, what would I do to get rid of those over there?
Which one are we?
B and C. B, right?
What?
Subtract, right? Because this is adding, subtracting to this. I'm trying to get this. So I'm going to subtract it from both sides. Subtract that and that. Right?
Yeah.
So now it's going to be a squared minus b squared minus c squared equals negative 2bc cosine of a. Now, what's happening to my cosine here? What's the operation right there?
Multiply.
Multiply, very good. How do I undo a multiplication?
Divide.
Divide, very good. I'm going to divide both sides.
By the negative 2 BC.
Yep. So that's going to take care of that. Now I'm going to have cosine of A is equal to A squared minus B squared minus C squared over negative 2BC.
Can you make the whole thing negative or no?
Right here? Huh?
Well, if you make the whole thing negative or?
Okay, so if you take the negative out of the bottom, you could distribute it to the top. But then it's going to just like be confusing. I wouldn't do it.
I'm just leaving it.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Just know that there's a negative there. That's part of the formula. Now, how do I get the big A by itself? Inverse, right? I do the inverse. So now it's going to be A cosine inverse, right? Of A squared minus B squared minus C squared over negative 2BC.
Oh, so like those A, B, C. Oh, it's like your sign.
Okay. So now we have a formula for this.
We'll just plug it in.
Yes, now you can just plug in. Now, look at the pattern. If you see the pattern, then you're good. Okay, I'm solving for big A. So over here, the pattern would be A, B, C, right? So, and over negative 2BC. So if I'm solving for big B, it'd be inverse cosine of B squared minus A squared minus C squared over negative 2 AC. Do you guys see the pattern? Do I need to do it again for C?
You just use the other two variables.
Okay. So for your formulas, and hopefully you're not on your phone, you're writing down the formulas because these are not in your notes.
These aren't?
Nope.
Okay.
And that's what I said. So, now for this, now I have this. Okay? So, if I'm solving for A, I would say A equals inverse cosine of A squared minus B squared minus C squared over negative 2BC. So it's going to be A.
So on either formula, like if you're trying to solve for A, B, or C, that top part's going to be the same, the A squared minus B squared minus C squared, for this problem at least?
Yes. Okay. So now, because it's the A, this is the pattern for A. If it was B, the pattern would be B squared minus AC. And if it was C, it would be C squared minus BC. Or BA, I'm sorry. It's just a pattern. So we're just plugging stuff in. Okay, once you have the right formula written down, then you're good. So right here for this, given, so I'm going to have A, so it's going to be 9.47 squared minus 15.9 squared minus 21.1 squared all over my negative 2b, which is 15.9 c 21.1. Now, when you square this, please make sure that you're actually only squaring the number.
What do you mean?
Don't put the negative sign. Make sure it's the number.
Yeah, but what if the negative is kept?
No, it won't, because your calculator is very smart. It knows the difference between a negative and a
Subtract.
division. Yeah, or subtraction, you're right.
Can you go back to the other screen where you wrote the other one?
Oh, everyone's plugging this in right now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mr. Foster, so when it's c squared minus b squared?
Okay, so it's c squared minus, then it could be ab or ba.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're subtracting both of them.
So you just subtract. So it's the same thing. You just
So-
would start with whatever you're finding.
Whatever you're
Yeah.
finding, that's
Yeah.
what you're starting
It's a pattern.
with. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the formulas though.
So
So,
if you were trying to find b, it would be b equals cosine inverse b squared minus
A
b
or
and
B,
c.
or you
yeah.
And it doesn't matter if the c's or a's are switched,
Yeah, right here it's not going to
as
matter.
long as the first one is what you're trying to find.
Yeah.
The way you said it, it sounded weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, did you guys solve for big A yet? What'd you get? 24.95?
No. Yeah, sorry.
24.95?
9.5.
95. That's going to give me 25.0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25.0. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, do the same thing for big B. So I'm going to erase this one. Let's see if you guys could do it again. So, big B is going to be cosine inverse. That's going to be my 15.9 squared minus, let's say, 9.47 squared minus 21.1 squared, all over negative 2, 9.47, 21.1.
What? You forgot the 7.
I forgot a 7.
Yeah, on the bottom, the denominator.
Oh.
9.47.
You're right, you're right.
45. And then we don't have to do it for C. Thank you.
No, why do we not do it for C?
You just subtract.
Yep. You could just subtract to actually get it for C.
So 109. And C should be the largest.
Sure.
Yep. All right, what do we get for B?
45.1.
And then C, I would subtract both these from 180 to get a number. 109.9?
That's it?
Basically.
That's it.
Do all three of those add up to 180?
Yeah, because I did 180 minus both of those.
Okay. We're missing 2/10. That's why.
Yeah, no, it equals 180.
It does?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Wait, wait.
I'll say 4 for tomorrow. All right, you guys. So,
We're done.
yeah.